Toyota, always a delight. Be it the best car models, customers' voice or market trends, when it comes to Lakozy Toyota, it is the best choice ever made. Today we have with us Managing Director of Lakozy Toyota, Mr. Amar Pawar. Welcome, sir. Tell us how exactly Lakozy Toyota different than the other automobile dealerships in the country.
Okay, well, to talk about it, let me take you to a flashback which is like as old as our own parent shareholders. So to talk about TTC, which is Toyota Tsusho Corporation, they are a trading company which is a very old trading company, and to name a few competitors to TTC would be like Sumitomo, Mitsui and other companies. So it all started from there, and you all know the great Toyota history. So from there, TTC, the trading company, had many automobile dealerships, and way back in '99, when they thought about Indian market, which is where then the Lakozy Toyota came into existence. And yes, at then the kind of rules which or regulations which were laid down, then it was required to be to have a local partner. So we had a gentleman with the name of Mr. Dwarkanath Nair, who had Lakozy Motors. So he was partnered in, and that is how the JV formed in '99. And to talk about as to how it is different from other Toyota dealerships in India, yes, it's the only corporate entity that we have today. And unlike other businesses where it is individually owned ownership kind of businesses, ours is more of a corporate entity, in the sense we are governed by major compliance and governance issues and laws which are there prevailing in the market. Yes, we have presence across the globe, you name it, any country we are there. And our presence in India is more in the form of a retail channel. So like for instance in other countries, like you name it, Sri Lanka in the periphery of India, or maybe to go to other places in Africa, so we are there as a distributor. But in India we are there as a retail, and under the name of Lakozy Toyota. We started our operation way back in '99 from Mumbai, which is from our head office, which is situated in Malad. So that's where the original started from. Thereafter, way back after a decade or so, we kind of had a growth, and there was an exponential growth that we could look at. And currently we are almost like 8 branches, if you were to call it, with the latest being the Ghodbunder, Thane, which is where I am sitting now, and waiting for all my anxious customers and eager customers to give my service and offer our services.
Okay. Would you like to share the locations of Lakozy Toyota in Mumbai, especially the main ones which have a larger business here?
Oh yes, as I said, so our head office is Malad, which was in '99, and as I said, after a decade, we kind of had a growth. And the other big facility which came as for us was the Andheri 3S facility. So when we say 3S, it primarily means sales, service and spares under one roof. So that was Andheri way back in 2010. And after Andheri, then we moved on to other facilities and acquiring the other Toyota co-dealers, which was in the area of Mira Road and then obviously Vasai and Virar. While we already had a dominance in Vasai by way of our own stockyard and service facility. But after acquiring these co-dealer facilities, we kind of upgraded our stockyard into a 2S facility. And thereafter, lately, which you see in the last year, was this Ghodbunder Thane facility, which was the latest in the entire family.
Okay. Amar, it is said that if you keep your staff, your employees happy, in turn your employees, your staff keep the customers happy. How true is this in case of Lakozy Toyota?
Well, I think our own success story entirely revolves around this concept. So we primarily what we mean is a happy employee will surely yield a happy customer. So when we say this, it is primarily based on certain fundamental philosophies that we follow internally. As you all know that everybody puts up customer first attitude. But for us, when we say customer first attitude, I guess it primarily starts from your own house, which is your own employees and staff. Until and unless I feel they have been properly taken care of, where their necessities have been taken care of, they may not be able to deliver the kind of experience that we want to deliver to our customers, which is where we feel that first priority is for us to take care of the employees. In a routine mundane activity, it so happens that the same employee who is very good in delivering results month after month, year after year, probably the situation at home would vary from day to day. right? And then we ensure in our own routine feedback mechanism to capture those things or empathize, which is where probably in the COVID era also that we see that there was a trend that we started to check the health status of our employees as to how are they feeling today, how are their family members today. So probably when he enters the office, when he is carrying certain burden from his home, so we are in a position to empathize and understand as to today if the person is reacting in a particular way, why is he reacting so, right? And obviously whatever his reactions are, that will directly reflect on the customers. So in a way, the entire culture revolves around first trying to understand your people, making them comfortable, understanding their needs, which is where will make them comfortable to deliver a good and excellent experience to customers. So if I were to talk about customer satisfaction and employee satisfaction, I would put it as they are probably two sides of the same coin, right? So it's not that one goes and the other doesn't go. Other way to put at it is like it's a by default revolving wheel, because moment the employees are happy, by default the experience goes to the customer, he feels happy. Moment he feels happy, he again in turn comes back to the dealerships or our locations and again would like to probably meet the same employee or would like to visit Lakozy Toyota any other facilities to ensure that this experience enriches. So that is why we firmly believe that yes, a happy employee will surely yield a happy customer.
So actually you are keeping the entire family happy, if you have to say that.
Yeah, for sure.
So tell us, what is the customer base spread of Toyota? How many cars you sell, how many you service? How broad is the spectrum here?
So as I said, when Toyota made an entrant in India, so we were in the first phase of the dealerships which started our business, say in '99. So obviously we being the first pioneer from all India perspective. So for us the customer base spreads almost from 40,000 UIO as we call it in our service industry, which my dealer friends will understand. When we say UIO, it is probably the units in service, so unit in operations. So with that 40,000 base what we have, we normally serve around 60 to 70,000 customers in a year out of these 8 facilities. And then on a sales front, we have clocked almost 60,000 plus new car sales since the time of inception. But to talk about recent years, yes, we are almost looking at 3,000 units a year as a new car sale for this year. Also, with the advent of this hybrid technology, I guess the numbers will only inch up. As you see, in the month of April, May, June, July for 2023, Toyota has been clocking very lovely figures and they have crossed all-time high figures of 19,000, 20,000 units a month. And I guess moving forward from here, it looks very promising for both the distributor Toyota Kirloskar Motor and even for a dealership like us, Lakozy Toyota.
That's wonderful. It's been over 1 year since you have started this showroom at Ghodbunder, sir. How is overall response here?
Well, to start about it, even before that, I would say why Ghodbunder? So while we had a presence in Malad and Andheri, Mira Road, Vasai, Virar, and to some extent in Palghar, Boisar as well. But there were a lot of customer feedbacks and voices which were very positive in nature, which talked about people coming all the way from Thane, Ghodbunder, Bhivandi, even for that matter to Kalyan, Ulhasnagar, visiting our Malad, Vasai, Virar facilities. And there was a frequent voice from the customers asking for a more convenient locations, more locations which is much closer to their home, which is why we thought about Ghodbunder. So primarily, it is the customers' feedback which encouraged us to look at Ghodbunder as a market. And statistically, as you also know, that Thane has been expanding and now Ghodbunder is the new Thane. So which is why probably we thought, yes, it is time for us to be there. And the journey only starts as far as Thane market is concerned from Ghodbunder. And from here onwards, we look in expiring and capturing and looking for much bigger facilities, maybe to the tune of 18-20 workshop base, which could ensure that we can service all that potential customers who are here to their satisfaction.
Amasan, when it comes to any brand, what values you add and the kind of services you provide define the success. In case of you, in case of Toyota, what is your take? What are the policies that actually worked out and you can see the results?
Well, if you talk about employees, yes, I'm proud to say that we have employees who are almost as old as the inception of the dealership. In fact, the entire core team, if I talk about, everyone is almost a decade old in the system. And which is why probably it makes much easier my job in terms of communicating or visualizing the roles that we have and they are the basic torch bearers and role model for us. And as we all say, it is not me as an individual who creates success, but it is a team behind me which creates a success. So I would give this entire appreciation to my team at this juncture who had helped me to sail through it and seen all the ups and downs. And also there are a lot of policies in turn as a company that we're looking at for employees, like for retention of employees, their loyalty bonuses. And I guess that has helped us so far. And we do have a process of taking feedbacks regular and annual basis from employees to see to it that if we are going wrong anywhere or any policy which is creating any disturbance for them. A very good policy for them is, well, everybody aspires working in a Toyota dealerships, obviously end of the year or end of the life cycle, probably he would wish to have a Toyota car for himself. So we do have policies on that front as well, where probably an employee during his course of the tenure in the company can surely own a Toyota car at a much discounted price, which is typically in the employee benefit scheme.
That's great. Your Malad, Andheri and Naigaon locations are truly large. And what's the plan for the next one, that is the Ghodbunder one, sir?
Oh yes, as I've said that we started with the meager Malad location, which was the only one location for us. And now by leaps and bounds it has grown. And not only Malad, but as you rightly said, even the Andheri and Naigaon by far has grown a lot. So obviously coming from that background, even for Ghodbunder when we made a presence, so as I mentioned earlier, it was primarily because of our customers' love and feedback that we came to Ghodbunder. And I'm sure with their love and feedback and the service excellence that we'll maintain, we'll be surely able to grow multi-folds from here. And as I look at Ghodbunder as of now, it's just a stepping stone for us. And I'm sure we're going to look at much bigger facilities in Ghodbunder, Thane, so that we can serve all our customers to their expectations.
Understanding for any brand, customer experience is very important. When it comes to this location at Ghodbunder, how exactly you are trying to enhance it here?
So primarily when we looked at any of the branch outlets expansion, what we do is we have some of our employees who are from our older facilities. We ensure that they go to these new facilities and there is a mix of a kind of staff that we have, so that the cultural values are carried from our home ground DNAs to the newer facilities. And while we do that, we also ensure that the customer first approach that we have across the group or to the other branches, we try to get those values back into our new places, which is where today in Ghodbunder, if you look at countless experience that we have, many of our customers have rated, and we can vouch through our Google ratings, where we have seen lovely feedbacks coming in of the excellence in customer service given by our team from Ghodbunder. So thank you so much for my team in Ghodbunder.
Amar-san, talking about this Ghodbunder showroom, what was the vision behind selecting this particular location?
Oh, well, as I said, obviously the customers who gave us the feedback, but the vision, if you rightly talk about, when we look at our own strategies, which is primarily from two aspects. One is the defensive strategy and one is the offensive strategy. So this was more from an offensive strategy point of view, where it's not only our customers who wanted us to be close to their hearts and home, but even as territory expansion is where we looked at it, and which is where probably this Ghodbunder facility marks as a very vital area for us. And as you all know, as far as the Mumbai jurisdiction is concerned, now Ghodbunder is going very rapidly. In fact, when you look at Thane, Ghodbunder, it's almost touching almost Mira Bhayandar district. So technically Ghodbunder will be a very huge market in near future, it's what our feeling is, and which is why probably we are here to ensure that we are the first one to capture that market.
I was going through your website as well, and it said that unleash the power from anywhere. We would like to know about your virtual showrooms.
Well, as you know, that today's world in the Gen X is almost talking about digital experience. So while we are there, and automobile so far is a experience wherein customers would still like to touch and understand the feel of a car. But I guess there is another generation which probably would like to do the prospecting of the car basis or digital experience. So we have these digital platform available for most of our customers who can, even before they reach the showrooms, because maneuvering through the Mumbai traffic, especially in this monsoon times, to reach a dealership is really cumbersome. So for such customers, we do have our digital platform presence, wherein they can move across and check all the models available, the prices available, the test drives they can be probably booked through an appointment, and even for the service appointment. So it's all available on digital platform today. Well, we have a lot of inroads to be done on that front, but yes, today we have services available for customers who are looking on the digital front.
Amasan, we are in Thane. What message would you like to give to your prospects and customers? तुमच्या ठाणेकरांसाठी तुम्ही काय खास संदेश देऊ इच्छिता?
So primarily message would be that we being a Toyota, so we believe in safest car globally, which is what we get to the customers. My only message आणि एकच संदेश आहे सगळ्या घोडबंदर वासींना की जेव्हाही गाडी चालवता तेव्हा सीट बेल्ट लावा. Seat belt is for your own active safety. So my only sincere request, though today there are rules, regulations, but still unfortunately we see a lot of road accidents happening, people not following basic rules, and what we follow, probably we're going to teach our own children. So my request to all, and humble request to all is, please follow basic safety rules so that we respect ourselves and the society at large.
And that's a wise one. Please tell us the plans of Lakozy, and not just for this particular showroom. What are the plans of Lakozy for near future?
So as I said, since we are a Toyota dealer, so obviously we will not be able to move out from our Toyota loyalty. So we will continue to expand as far as Toyota business is concerned in India, and in line with the same business, whatever supplements the same business. Like for instance, we have multiple opportunities in terms of used car operations, in terms of accessorizations of cars that we do it, in terms of end-of-life vehicle project, which is going to be a near future for us, because as you see the government policies in Delhi, we have a policy which talks about scrapping of cars, but I guess all India level it is still premature to talk about it. But those will be the business lines which will get open up as time matures, and hopefully with the regulations coming in strongly.
Normally we ask customers how happy you are. Here I'm asking you, Amar-san, when customers come to you, what kind of feedback you get? Are there any such experiences that you would like to share which were really special?
Oh, there were not one, there were many experiences. First and foremost is primarily they have seen me in 2005 when I entered this dealership. And even today when they see me, they say like, you've been the same person, there is no change in you. So that motivates me, like, okay, probably whatever I'm doing the right thing, because it has not created any mental stress on me, which is why probably I have not aged, though my probably hairline would say so. But yeah, those are some positive words which customers says. And obviously they talk about my own staff in terms of how happy they are and what beautiful services they have got from my people. So I really feel proud when I go and meet this staff, and I really pat them at the back to ensure and see to it that they continue delivering this experience. So these are some happy moments for me.
Oh, that's great. Tell us, government support is also equally important. Are you looking forward to any particular government support for automobile industry?
Well, there is an agency which talks about for all this government help, which is FADA. So I am also an active member in FADA, and yes, all our voices, basically the dealer voices from all over India, are being heard by this FADA, and they are the agency for us who talks to the government on various rules and regulations. Typically talking about Maharashtra as a state, I guess there are laws pertaining to the number plates which you fix on the cars, and there are some advances being made there. So hopefully we would get some positive news there. In fact, one of the wish lists for us is if the registration of the cars can be done at the dealership itself, so that it can save time for the customer, at the same time can enhance the delivery period as well.
We wish a lot of luck to you for Toyota, and it was really great talking to you. Thank you so much.
Same here, Shilpi-san. Thank you so much for having me here, and look forward to all your support, and obviously my customers. Thank you so much for watching this, and look forward to my service centers. Thank you.